just fine. Both teams are on either side. Here we go. 5 minutes put on the clock. Round 2, ready to go and rumble. Heads knocking it with Caden. Caden bringing it over to the orange side here. Throwing the ball on over to Circuit on the blue side. Cogtrey making a goal in the first 6 seconds of the match. Oh my goodness, Cogtrey popping off from the side wall there. He shot it. Circuit goes and bounces it, and Cogtrey throws it right back. A nice, clean goal. Boise State. Griz showing them that Bears are powerful than Boise. Circuit's going to throw it on over here into the corner as Cogtrey's waiting for it. Heads and Caden, however, are going to try to get a reset. Vaka Flocka with the save, knocking it over back into the corner here with Thunderama. Bringing it back in. Cogtrey with another save, bumping them off the ball before he can actually make a shot. Caden is here, throwing it on over to Thunderama. Caden's going to try to get a reset, but alas, Heads gets a bump on the ball, knocking him out. Vaka Flocka getting a nice little reset for the team, and Circuit counteracting that. Cogtrey throwing it on down to Circuit still here. We see a little bit of a triple commit from the team, but they clear it on up. They're throwing it on over here. Heads into the corner. Ooh, some boost was stolen by Thunderama as he went for that block on Heads. Heads is going to regret doing that and letting that happen. Heads is throwing it on down here in the center lane as he goes into the corner after he gets that boost back on up. Vaka Flocka is going to go knock it in the reset back out of the corner, throwing it to blue side. Off the wall here for a ricochet, and Heads going and getting denied by Caden right off the bat. They saw it coming, predicted it, and are getting on out of there. Thunderama's going to go ahead and try to do some more action as Caden is in the corner here. Circuit's going to pop off and throw it down over to the side here. Heads is bouncing it off the wall into the ceiling with a nice little counter action from Caden right there. Vaka Flocka and Cogtrey are getting ready to do some spicy action as Vaka Flocka goes and catches it from going to orange side too far. Back over. Circuit throws it to orange over to Heads right there, who passes it back over to blue side. It's in the corner here. Vaka's going to try to get a nice little reset for the team, and Cogtrey comes in strong, missing the ball, almost making a nice shot. Heads is going to go and throw it on over, tapping it over to the side. He's out of boost, however, so he wasn't able to do quite that, but Cogtrey goes and makes a shot, and he goes off the board. Oh my goodness, he mishit the ball to bounce it up instead of down. A shot was there, and the chance was missed. Heads going as well, making that, but onto the back sideboard there. So close, so many times. Here we see there's a minute. Not a minute left, but 2.5 minutes left on the clock at the halfway point. Caden is here on the wall, throwing the ball on down. Resist from Cogtrey, popping him off the ball, throwing it on down. Circuit is going to pass it over into the center lane where Cogtrey catches the ball, dribbles it all the way across lane, throwing it into the corner of blue side. Heads with a nice catch after that rebound, and a demo Circuit from Cogtrey, throwing it on in. There's Vaka Flocka with a nice save from Caden, however. And Vaka Flocka goes and pops out of the corner here with Heads, throwing it on down into Circuit, however, who catches it over to the orange side. Cogtrey is going to throw it on over here, seeing what kind of action is happening. He goes over to goal where Heads is also waiting. Vaka Flocka misses the ball, let it go by, and Circuit pops it on over to orange side here, trying to dribble it. Cogtrey denies him. Here we see Vaka Flocka throwing it on over. Circuit catching the ball, bringing it over into the corner for a reset. Cogtrey getting ready to do some air dribble action, but gets denied as the ball's out of his hands, and Heads also gets that same action. And we see back and forth right there on Heads, bouncing it off into the corner. Cogtrey knocking it over to the center and almost getting it into the goal, but it just barely went past. Heads goes ahead and catches it, bumps it up into the center with Vaka Flocka, taps it just barely off onto the wall there. Here we see Cogtrey is going to bring it back in the corner for a reset. Circuit pops it on out for the reset and passes it over to Heads accidentally on the orange side. He catches it, brings it on over. Thunderama pops it out of the sky over to the side, and Cogtrey pounces it out of the goal right there. Thunderama almost making a shot. 1 minute left on the clock. Caden goes into the corner, tries to bounce it out, passes it over to Heads, who almost makes another shot. Vaka Flocka throwing it up in the corner here. He's going to get a reset for the team, and Thunderama catches it, passes it to Cogtrey, who makes the save. Circuit is right here with Cogtrey. They hit a wall, as they both knock into the ball right there, passing it over to Heads here, who gets it denied and thrown out of his hand. And oh my goodness, an almost shot from Thunderama, and Caden almost backing up that shot. And oh my goodness, 2 demos going there on the corner of the goal as they almost made a score, but the demos were too strong from University of Montana. Cogtray throwing the ball over to the side. Thunderama going and catching it, bringing it 10 seconds left on the clock. The blue side now keeping it over here. It's the goal of the game, and it's the name of the game indeed. Throwing it onto the ground. 1 second left on the clock. They got to see what they can do. Keeping the ball off the ground so that they don't have to lose the game. But alas, Griz Maroon gets a second win out of the 5 matches. One more win, and we take the second sweep of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. We're going to get ready for this third match. I'm excited. You're excited. I know you are excited. And here we are ready to set up and go and take it to Boise, bringing them down from around town, showing them who's boss, and teaching them a lesson after what happened last year. We see a lot of good shots and saves coming from both teams. A lot more shots coming from the Griz side compared to the saves on BSU. We can see a lot of back and forth. Only 1 goal was happened through that match, but it doesn't matter because of everything. Looks like they do have a player that accidentally left, but he's coming on back